Yo, JD here, and as you can see, this is my first episode of my F1 2018 career mode, and the target, I know it's a pretty bold statement, try and do a new episode every single day. So hopefully you can stay with me on this journey. I'll be uploading this is out at 2 p.m. today, but it'll be out at 6 p.m. every single day, or maybe even earlier. Just look out for my Twitter. And I've chosen the Renault F1 team for this, and that's not really because I was signed by Renault. I actually had this in mind even before I went into the pro draft. I really love the look of the new car. I'm absolutely in love with it, and it's very quite competitive as well. And against this AI, which we know this year for a fact is a lot faster, a lot more challenging, a lot more aggressive, that won't back out of moves or anything, I felt this was definitely the perfect car to choose. And I'm really looking forward to hopefully making it through the season, because the reason why I just haven't really done more than 3 or 4 episodes in the past is because I'm just an online player, and to be honest, it just never really captured me. So I'm really hoping with this AI and with this new career mode, just the more immersion that's involved, which I loved on like games like 2010 and Race Driver Grid and stuff like that. I was hooked in those career modes. Hopefully this can keep me for the whole season, and any recommendations, please feel free to pass it on to me, but hopefully you enjoy this season. And it's very interesting to see what we can do. I'll be using default setup every single race, so there'll be no setups involved, but I'll be upgrading the car, which we'll be showcasing now. Just in a second, we'll be looking at the R&D tree and just going through this little gameplay, this little story mode gameplay, which is a nice feature, but I'm just really focused on just racing, and that's all I really want to do, and just seeing how well I can actually do with the upgrades I have. And I'll be focusing more on the chassis development first. I took some advice from what people did in F1 2017, where they basically just tried to get all the efficient parts of the R&D first, so it's a lot cheaper to buy parts. So later in the season or next season, if you decide to stay with the team, it would just be much easier to upgrade the car. So you'll be able to see the R&D tree in a second. I think I'm going to go for all those small resource points first, and then so I can really save up for the big parts and get them all in one go for one race and make a really big step up. So I'm basically going to be using a stock setup for this one. I'm not going to be upgrading anything really at all. As we look for the new menus, which look nice, they're always the format always looks nice and professional, pretty sleek. Not too much different from 2017, just a little bit different. But now we've got a sportsmanship thing, so rookie to veteran, and you can see my teammate. I believe it's Nico Hulkenberg is my teammate, which it is. Daniel Ricciardo's not in the game yet, but maybe, hopefully, they could update that. I'm not sure if they can, but as you can see here, the R&D tree is pretty similar to what it was last year. And as I said, I believe we're just going to be really focusing on the chassis first, because the Renault engine is not too bad. But I've got a fastest car, a speed test, which is coming out actually tomorrow. Later today at 6 p.m, it will be the no assist versus assist video, which is very interesting. I did quite a bit of testing on that, and I ran the track that I feel is a really good test for that. So please make sure you stay tuned for that, because that is pretty important, especially for league racing online and even career mode as well. If you want to just get better and better results, it's quite important for that as well. So make sure you tune into that. But just looking at the R&D here is not really too much different from what it was last season. So we're going to be doing 50% races, all assists off as usual. 110 AI, and yeah, you can see the engine components. Try and literally not use them as much as possible. I will be doing some practice programs, but to be honest, I want to make it really as difficult as possible. I just want to pretty much upgrade my car purely from results and qualifying resource points from that, without even doing the practice programs. I really want to make it quite tough for myself, as hard as possible. I'm thinking of even doing cockpit cams, so just let me know what you think of that. But this is my fastest qualifying lap. So this is a tour of Melbourne now. Going into here, you want to be braking at the 100 metre ball, clipping this curb. About half a car on the outside of this curb can spit you out. And we've got 2 DRS zones now around here. We've got the DRS zone in the first sector, but again, 100 metre board for this. Take a nice little late apex third gear, short shift into fourth before this corner, clip this curb. Again, half on this outside. If you go too much, it will spit you out. Flat out for this right-hander. And now you won't be looking for the second orange marker, which is 100 meter board again. I think it might be 50. Going into there now. And this corner is very difficult to spot braking point. You go past this, you want to be braking in between the last two orange boards. You want to count a second as you go past that middle board, and that's where you want to brake. And the brakes are very powerful in this game. Going to here, as you pass a black box, about half a second after that's your turning point. Nice comfortable flat out. You can take the curb on the inside, doesn't really spit you out, and you can see we're on the DRS now, so we've got DRS going down the straight. 100-meter board, late apex in this. You can run on this curb, but not too much. Just before the black box, or just after it, in fact, just your turning in point. It's nice and out wide. Take a nice late apex. Could be a little bit tight into there, but third gear, just before the black box, that's your turning in point. Short shifting through the gears to avoid the wheel spin. DRS once again, and we're going to go across the line, and we've managed to do a 121.7. It was only good enough for P12, so I thought that was actually a fairly solid-ish lap. I definitely can go a few tenths faster, maybe even half a second faster when I get fully used to the game, but haven't really been playing it that much for too long anyway. But I felt that was quite a good effort, and as you can see, we've got the default setup on deck here at the moment, so using the wheel, which I showed my wheel settings in my 110 AI video, so if you want to look at that, that's my wheel settings actually are. But now we're just going to try and get a good start here, and to get 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go now, trying to get a really good start, trying to avoid the wheel spin, and yeah, going up into hot lap, but a lot of people have told me that is not the fastest one, and you're completely right. So in future episodes or on online gameplay, I'll be using just overtake only. So thank you very much for everyone who pointed that out for me. But we've actually already lost one position, or I think 1 or 2 positions going down in here into this corner here, and just trying to box them out here. But the AI are just really reluctant to give any position of space, but managed to get 1 position back at least from Van Dorn, as the 2 Force Indians are going a little bit sideways together, but go trying down the inside of Perez into this corner here, just in the first sector. Imagine making that move done, so we're into P13 now, and again you can see myself going up into hot lap all the time, which I know now is not the optimal thing to do, so hopefully I would have even more pace in the next episode as I upgrade my car. So it'd be really interesting to see how fast, or if you can even challenge for the title at the end of the season. That would be, I don't know if that's possible, but considering now you can see how quick the actual AI actually are. So playing around the ERS quite a bit, using none through the corners, because you really don't lose any time. And from what I've tested so far, it's really good to actually keep it in none or low. You just don't lose any time. It's only really on the straights is where you make up the ERS quite a bit. So coming towards the end of his first lap now, we're in P13. Hamilton's already gone across the line, so he's way out in the lead at the point. He's got quite a nice little lead at this point. And we go across the line, it's almost 10 seconds slower, I think, around the first lap. You can see the Ferrari and Mercedes are just completely just gone at this point as well. So keeping behind Ocon, trying to get a nice little slipstream, going back down through the ERS once again. But you can't dive bomb the AI in this game. You really have to be pretty careful and treat them with respect. And if you make a move, you're going to make a really, really bold move. As you hit that curb, you do not want to hit that curb too much, because it will spin you out quite badly. And curbs in this game are really quite unforgiving. Sometimes you can run on them. You really got to have a good awareness or good experience in the game of what curbs to actually use. But most of them you really do not want to touch. You can see here trying to stay off this curb and accelerating, because you will most likely actually spin out in this case. So already coming under attack from Perez on this, so we'll go try and hold it down the inside again. So you can see the AI are very quick in a straight line, really super quick. As we made contact with Ocon and there is no damage somehow, so we've just got away with that really bad, just braking way too late after having DRS. Really big mistake. And you can see the car spinning out now, and this is exactly what I mean. You do not want to go on that curb, and we've actually lost the position to Sergio Perez. So you can see that is a prime example. It's a flat out corner, and you have to get the line perfect in this car, because if you do not get it perfect, you'll automatically lose a tenth or 2 tenths. And if you ride that curb, you can completely destroy your race. So you really got to be precise through there, which is what I like to see. I really want the game to be like this. So it was pretty nice that you could actually make mistakes like that. But you can see now, coming towards the end of lap 7, starting lap 8, and we're in P12. There's a few people pitted. I think a couple of people pitted now. And we can see now we're coming under attack from Vettel. So I don't know if he was in the lead and he's already pitted. I think he's already pitted. So we're just going to let him go ahead of us. But he's actually locked up and gone in deep. We didn't make any contact with him whatsoever. and I don't know what has happened to him here. You can see he's fallen back through the pack, but we're into P9 again, as quite a few people are pitted now, and you can see we're now going to the pit at the end of lap 10, letting Gasly and that little train of the Force Indias continue ahead of us. So we're going to try and elect to go for the undercut. We started on the super soft tyre rather than the ultra soft, or I believe it's the ultra soft tyre that they had, the softest tyre, just to get an undercut, and then we'll go on soft to the end of the race. It should be hopefully fairly comfortable, but I notice when you lose tyre wear or the tyre temperature, it really does, you really have to manage your tyres in this game. You have to actually keep the temperature down, which means not using the ERS really coming out of corners as much, because you'll just create a lot of wheel spin. So it's quite a strategic game, this game. It's a lot more strategic than it was in 2017 already, which is a very good sign. But you can see coming out the pits now, a few people coming out, as you can see Gasly, we've actually undercutted him. So that is one position done, and now we've got the Force Indias ahead of us again. So hopefully, while the tyres is trying to still heat up, this could be a really good opportunity to actually try and go down the inside of here, but we're not going to be close enough on this occasion, because you just can't outbrake the AI anymore. I think probably in 2017 I probably could have actually done that going to here, even with the ultimate AI. I probably could have actually done that again. The curb is always in your mind that you could go into the walls, that you just have to either give up speed or just be 100% committed into the right line going through here now. But now, skipping on to the middle of lap 16, Raikkonen has actually gone out the race, so he's broken down that Ferrari. So we've actually moved up into P11 now, and P10 is just ahead of us, because I really want to get some points, as we've just made a little bit of a mistake there, which would allow Gasly to go right behind us, and you can see he's going to go down the inside of us now. We're going to try and outbrake him round the outside, as we I'm trying to hold it around the inside again, just about keeping it on track, but he's actually gone round the outside of us, but he's broke going through here, because you cannot go flat out if you're going side by side through it, and we actually gone down the inside once again, but he's trying to hold it round the outside, and I was actually really impressed that the AI are actually doing that, as we make a little bit of contact once again, so about 2 or 3 bits of contact going through here now. But I was really impressed that the AI was really actually fighting me that hard going down through there. I don't know if they fight too hard at times, but it was actually quite impressive that they were actually trying to do that move, which really has to make me think, as my teammate has actually pitted, which has pushed me into a points position. It's actually put me in P10, so I don't know why Hulkenberg has actually pitted again, but really not going to complain too much, because it actually puts us in the points. So going to try and hang on to this as much as possible now, as I believe there's actually a Mercedes who's gone off, and that is Bottas who's gone out of the race. So one person from the top team with Mercedes and Ferrari have actually come out of this race, as we made a mistake on lap 28, so we're on P9, so going for 2 points this race. Is Gasly again, we're coming under attack from him, and it probably doesn't help we're using the hot lap mode. Really not doing justice for our engine or anything, until probably damaged my engine quite a bit in this case, but managed to fight him off again, and coming round the last corner now, we've managed to come home in P9 in our first race, which was it was quite a tough race. I was actually quite tired at the end of this race. I really had to concentrate quite a bit. And my force feedback, I probably will turn it down a little bit, because my arms were actually starting to quite hurt with just the vibration and everything as well. But it was quite a tense race, and really enjoyable that the AI actually gave me quite a big challenge. And I like how fast they actually are, because I'm really going to have to upgrade my car quite a bit if I want to fight for the top position. So that is my first episode, career mode. As I said, any suggestions, please put them down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. It will be out every single day, so please subscribe to the channel for more content. And thank you for the support. Catch you there. Peace. So please subscribe to the channel for more content. And thank you for the support. Catch you there. Peace.